it here, and then they're like, oh, okay, and then they tell us the freaking number.
Fucking idiots, bro.
And then we have like an older like pin pad system, so when you use Apple Pay, you still have to sign and like put in your number and stuff, and everyone gets like really pissed off about it and like complains about it to us. Like I know how to freaking recode the pin pad to make it so you don't have to sign, so you don't have to get stupid coronavirus. So annoying. Like, oh, they should really change that. Yeah, they really should, but, you know, not really my problem. I think our more concern is that if you put your card in while we go to search for your phone number, the whole thing turns off and doesn't come back online for like 24 hours. I think that should be the first thing we fix. Then we'll get rid of your precious signing. And for whatever reason, our, like, system's, like, really slow. And I hate the people who, like, get there in line, not a single item's been scanned yet, and they put their card in because it doesn't work 90% of the time. You know, like, if there's, like, any, like, slight hiccup through the transaction, like, you know, they want to, like, have a coupon or, like, I don't know, get a gift card or, like, anything, like, put in the weight of bananas, anything, then they have to do it again. But they never freaking pay attention, so we're just sitting there for like a good minute, and it's like, oh, is the pin pad asking you anything? And they're like, no. And like, oh, maybe you gotta put your card in again. So then they put their card in again, they take it out, and then they just sit there again, and they don't put in their freaking pin, they don't sign, they don't do nothing. And they just stare at it.
Oh, yes! Oh.
I freaking...
Yeah, I don't think I want to apply at Lowe's anymore.
I mean, it's not really that big, but... That's why I just hate cashiering.
Yeah, like that's the only problem. Like I wanted to apply at a grocery store, but I don't want to fucking do cashier, bruh. I don't want to have to deal with those fucking Karen people. Like fuck no, bro. I would honestly snap on a bitch if she starts going off on me. I'm gonna be like, all right, fine,
Like,
just go get the manager
Lowe's,
yourself.
It's either like super poor people or super rich people. Like it's either like a lady with like the EBT cards, and they get like 500 Gatorades because they're like on sale, and like weird like chicken packages that are like, you know, bulk sale, you know, bang for your buck things where I don't know, where I don't even know where in the store they find those, so they know like all these loopholes, I guess. Or it's people who come in every single day and buy like $400 worth of groceries, and that's not even a joke.
Damn. Yeah, my mom, she just does that like every weekend. She'll go to the store and she'll buy like hella chicken in bulk, hella
but
Gatorade.
Like weird like package stuff. But like, there's these like one group of people who like come in and like try and like scam us all the time. And like our managers know about them, and they were like banned for a while and stuff.
Shit.
Only a while?
What do you mean? How'd they try to scam y'all?
Like well, they'll come up to the line, they'll just be like, oh, the tag said something different, and we're not going to go all the way back and check you 90% of the time, and we're trying to, like, you know, be helpful. So if you're like, oh, it said it was $1.99, we're just going to put it in as $1.99 instead.
Yeah.
But so they'll like, make up stuff like that, or like, just, like, abuse. Oh, like, I think there's, like, a limit with, like, coupons and stuff.
Yeah,
and
there is.
They always, like, try and abuse it. It's like the freaking gas station people. We always have sales on sodas, so it's like buy 4 packs of like, you know, like the big like can things for like, I don't know, $4 or whatever. And so the gas station people show up and try and buy like all of them. And it's a limit where you can only buy 4 for the discount thing. So then they just come in like 16 times throughout the day. And our freaking manager doesn't do anything about it. He just lets them do it. I mean, literally know why they're doing it.
Yeah, that's retarded.
Oh, shit.
Wait, I didn't even know Lowe's had a gas station.
Yeah, it does up front, but no, not our gas station. Like people, like the owners of the other gas stations come in to buy the Coca-Cola on discount to then sell it for the normal price.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
It's kind of smart, TBH, but yeah.
Like we had this.
I mean,
one
it
lady
is smart,
come
but
in
it's
who
fucked
bought
up.
28 bottles of, like
Shit.
28 6-packs of like Coke Zero, and we had to get like 4 different managers to like do it because it like literally wouldn't even let us scan that many. I don't actually even know what the outcome of that was.
I remember the last time I went to Lowe's with my mom. There was some old lady in front of us, and she had like this big ass binder full of coupons.
Damn.
And like she started scanning her coupons or whatever, and then the lady was like, "All right, you reached your limit." She was like, "My limit? What do you mean?" And she had like a whole shopping cart full of shit. She was like, "What do you mean a limit?" She's like, "You can only use like a certain amount of coupons or whatever." And this lady would not fucking leave the line. She was like, "I'm not leaving until like I can use all these." Or she was like, "Get a manager." And then the lady was like, "I am the manager." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And then like was just fucking mouthing off to her, bro. I was like, "Shut the fuck up, bro." Like,
Yeah, this
my mom
one
and I
guy-
literally had 2 things in our fucking hands.
This one guy was like, on the tag it said you needed an e-coupon. How do I get one of those? And I was like, oh, you have to have the app, sir. And he was like, the app? And then I was like, yeah, you have to have the app, and then you can, like, get it off there. And he's like, and then like, we scanned everything, and he's like, so did it come off? And we're like, no, it didn't. He's like, oh, can you get a manager then to sort it out? And he was like, oh, yeah, you have to have the app. He was like, well, how do I do that? And he was like, and then like my manager explained it, and the guy still didn't understand, so he just took $1 off or whatever, and was like, there you go, shut up now, and leave.
Dude, I just don't understand how people can be so fucking dumb. Like,
Yeah,
that's
really.
why I couldn't
There's
work
this
at a
one
store
couple
or
that
something.
like comes in all the time, and they're like serious couponers, and like they
Oh,
always
man.
like come in and they're like, we need a manager. It says the price is different.
Dude, I hate people like that. My friend Bryson's mom used to be like that for the longest time. Well, like, actually, I don't really think she would like.
I mean, like I get like sometimes you buy like, okay, I only bought the Pop-Tarts because they were on sale, but like.
No,
Yeah,
but like
but-
his mom,
but, like, yeah,
his
no.
mom was like an extreme couponer. Like, you
Yeah.
know those kind of people? Fuck those people, bro.
Yeah.
Those people can go to fucking hell. They're
But they
so
were like-
toxic. Like, they just
Because they
stand
came in
there.
today and they're like, oh, the Pop-Tarts didn't come off, and this didn't come off, and blah, blah, blah. And then freaking Isabella didn't want to, deal with it, so she just took, like, $1 or 2 off or whatever, and they're like, oh, but that still didn't give us the discount. And then our manager went and, like, go check to see what the problem was, like, on the, like went to, like, the aisle, and it was, like, an old, like, sale that we just didn't take the sticker off of. But, he just gave it to them so that way they'd shut up.
Yeah. I mean, the only problem with that, like, if you just like do it so they'll shut up, then they're just gonna keep coming back and just doing the same stuff.
Yeah, but it was like kind of our fault. I mean, we forgot to take the price sticker thing off. And then this one guy. Okay, so there's like those like big like snack tray type things. They're like long, kind of like pill shaped, and they'll have like sliced fruit or whatever in them.
No.
It's like a Tupperware container, and they're like long. Like you'll have them at like parties or whatever. And you know when you go to like the lame kid's birthday party, and there's like all the cupcakes, and there's like that one thing of fruit that no one eats. Yeah, it's like one of those things. The containers are absolutely awful at Lowe's, and everyone always forces me to put them in bags, even though I tell them it's gonna pop open, and then all your fruit's gonna be in the bag. It's better just to leave it flat and not put it in a bag, because you're gonna go, oh, it's in the bag, I'm gonna grab the handles, and then now it's vertical and it's gonna pop open. And it happens every time, and so I don't say anything anymore. I just put it in the cart and just bury it, so that way it's just there, and they can't tell me to put it in a bag. But anyway, so the guy got one of those, and he was like, oh, it came up as $9.99, and on the tag it said $8.99, and then the lady was like, oh, the vegetable one is $8.99, and the fruit one's $9.99. He's like, oh, well, they should fix that. They're too close together or something. And he, like, stormed off, and I watched him go back over to, like, where they were to check to see if we were telling the truth or not. I was just laughing. Like he didn't believe us that the prices were different. And our freaking store went cheap, so we got like worse plastic bags and worse paper bags, and it's so annoying now. Like you can't like bag an item and take it off go like, you know, with the other bags without like pulling like 5 more plastic bags with it. Like they don't like break off for whatever reason now. And they got like cheaper paper bags, so they don't have handles anymore. You can't pick it up, and then like I try and like move it to the cart, like, and I grab like the edges, and it just rips it. And, I freaking hate it. And the paper bags are already annoying as could be beforehand. Now they're even worse.
Damn it.
People get the most upset is when we tell them they can't use their reusable bags because they, you know, coronavirus. They get really heated about it. It's like, oh, sir,
He
you're
said,
not allowed
"Do you have any idea how much I paid on this reusable bag?"
What the hell? It's my bags. I should be allowed to do what I want. Blah, blah, blah. Burger, burger, burger. Like back when we had to like stand up front. Remember, like when I had to do my notorious counting people.
Ah, yes.
My like secondary job was to stop people who brought in the reusable bags. And I was like, oh, sir, you're not allowed to bring them in.
Due to COVID-19.
Or you can't use them. And he was like, why the hell not? I was like, well, you know, all the coronavirus stuff going around, you know, we don't want you to bring that stuff in. And then, you know, you put it down on the counter and, you know, our baggers and stuff touch it and, you know, then bring it home and whatever. And then he starts like turning around and leaving, like to go put it back in his car, like because his like wife was still standing in there. And I was like, oh, sir, you don't have to go all the way back out. You can just leave it in the car, but you just won't be allowed to use it. He's like, no, I'm already fucking going. I don't care. And I was like, all right, bye.
Have a good day.
Have a good one. Enjoy. Walking to the car pointlessly. But
I won. I won that argument against a child.
Freaking Emily quit, and on her last day was so freaking rough. There was so many Karens, so many like everything, and this old lady had brought the reusable bags because now we switched it, so you can use the reusable bags, but they have to bag it themselves. So this old lady had like a huge cart and just wasn't bagging at all, and we told her like 6 times that she had to bag it. And she was like, oh yeah, okay, I know. And she just didn't. And was like, you know, holding up the line now because like we already finished the transaction and she's moving as slow as could be. And she's like yelling at Emily for not helping her. And we've told her like 10 more times that, you know, we're not allowed to do it, but she can do it herself if she wants. Otherwise, we can just put it in plastic bags. It took her like 30 minutes to finally do it all.
Man.
Yeah.
And she was just yelling at Emily. Emily was crying. The old lady was crying.
What was she
like,
crying?
Well, so the old lady was yelling at her, and then Emily started crying, and then the old lady started crying because she thought everyone was mad at her, and that's why we wouldn't bag for her. I don't know. And we were like, no, ma'am, we are just not allowed to touch your reusable bags. You have to bag them yourself if you want to use them. Otherwise, we can just bag it. You know, we can just bag it in plastic bags. She was just crying. She's like, oh, why everyone's mad at me? Because we've been bagging for the last 30 minutes, and there's 5 more people in line waiting.
Maybe you weren't a dumbass. I don't know.
Like, she was old, but she wasn't, like, old, where she
Yeah.
should be, like, completely retarded, you know? Like, she's, like, maybe 70. Like, you know, old enough where, like, if she asked help, for, like, out to the car, I'd do it, but not, like, old enough where she should need help out to the car.
Dude, I hate whenever I'm at the store with my mom and, like, there's a guy standing there with the cart, and he looks at me, and then he looks at my mom, and he's like, do you need help out to the car? And she's like, no, he's got it. And I'm like, yeah, you fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah.
You
know what? I hate,
Why even
I hate
ask?
drinks. I hate drinks. Like 6-packs, those like little like boxes of like alcohol. You know, like the little like ones where you put like your first and your thumb in and you carry it. Like they're little. Because some people like they're like, oh yeah, obviously I want them in a bag. And other people are like, what are you, freaking retarded? No, I don't want it in a bag. And so it's like, so I'm stuck asking because it's so divided, and people like are like just so profound either way. It's like, duh, obviously I want my 6-pack of Coca-Cola in a bag because it already has handles, but I clearly want it in another bag.
yeah, I don't understand.
Like Coke cans.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they have like 2 of those, I'll just put them in a bag 'cause they're easy to stack and they're easier to carry. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Or like the 2-liter bottles, if they have like a bunch of them, I'll put like 2 in a bag. But if they have like one little 6-pack of beer, you know, like the cardboard ones, like the bottles.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want those in a bag? It already has a freaking handle. There's no difference. But they're like,
Yeah.
obviously I want it in a bag, you freaking moron! And then
Well-
other people are like, are you stupid? No, I don't want it in a bag!
Well, some people like put them in a bag because it's just easier to load up like a shit ton of bags on
That's
your
all they
arms.
have! That's the only item they have!
Oh, well then yeah.
And
don't
then if
fucking
it's
put it
not
in
the
a
only
bag.
item they have, you're just putting it in the cart and then you're putting it in your trunk. There's no freaking
Yeah.
difference. Regardless, you're gonna hold it in your hand.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm gonna start going to Lowe's right before y'all close, and
Get a huge cart.
full of
Dude.
beer.
Awesome. And then we'll just let you go.
Yes, absolutely. Honestly, wait, do they have to ID there? Like, do y'all ID even if it's like a fucking 50-year-old lady?
We're supposed to ID if they're like wearing a mask. That's like the only thing. But I just use like deductive reasoning. It's like, this lady carries herself like a grown adult and doesn't look like she's 5 years old. I don't think I need an idea. Or, you know, this person has 4 kids running around that are half my
Wait,
age.
they let you do it?
But yeah, I cashier sometimes. I just hate doing it. So I try and get out of it. I'm like the ace up the sleeve. It's like, if the store's super packed, I hop on the line, save the day type situation. And then I get
well,
off,
I guess,
you know, but I don't like doing
I guess it's different for like stores, but like gas stations, you can't, like, if you're under the age of 21, then you're not allowed to serve alcohol to anybody. You have to get somebody
Yeah, we're
that's
not
above
supposed
21.
to. But I'm not gonna bother checking if the person has 5 rugrats running around. It's like, obviously, and say she was freaking 16 and pregnant, I think she deserves to have the freaking alcohol. Who cares? I'm not gonna.
I'm not about to
Dude,
take
the
that away from her.
funniest-
Sorry, babe, you got knocked up at a young age and now your life sucks. Have fun drinking Pepsi Cola.
Dude, the
Pepsi
funniest shit.
Cola.
I was at, like, where were we? It was somewhere by the lake, and it was me and 3 of my friends, and one of my friends' mom was at the lake with us, and we ran out of beer, so we were like, can we go to Walmart and get some more beer? And she was like, yeah, sure. But none of us had a fake at the time, so she had to come with us and buy it for us. And like, so we went to the back of the Walmart. All of us picked out like what we wanted, and she put it in her cart. And like, she went through the self checkout, and it like wasn't, her thing wasn't scanning right. So the person came over, and she was like, is this all for you? And she was like, yeah, I'm a grown woman, I can drink what I want to. Because she just like,
Yeah.
the lady that was looking at her ID looked at all 3 of us, and she was like, I don't think so. And then she was like going off. She was like, I'm a grown woman. And she got like 2 other people over there, and like all 3 of them were like watching us while we were leaving. She was so fucking funny.
You should have like opened one up right there and like drank it in front of the freaking managers and.
That shit would have been funny, bro.
Aw.
Bro, freaking, I don't know what's wrong with women, but their freaking trash cans are always filled with like empty beer cans. They just go to the freaking bathrooms and just chug one and then change their tampon and leave. Like, it's all the weird crackheads just like need their beer fix and well, they're taking a fat one. It's always the women's restroom. Dude, the women's restroom is always disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Really?
Always. There'll be like more like dirty footprints in like the men's room, but the women's room, they just freaking like rip up toilet paper and like shart all over the place. Like, they just do whatever. Like it's like there's always like toilet paper and like paper towels like in the sink and like all over the floor.
Oh man.
That's fucking gross, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
Bet I hate women.
And they have their stupid special trash cans. Gosh.
Pretentious assholes.
Like, you can't just walk out of the stall and throw it with everyone else, but no, you need your own little dinky one next to the potty. I hate when we run out of bags and I have to, like, go get new ones and I have to, like, fill out the little form. Because I just have to, like, take it off the shelf. What else is there to rhyme about?